In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on December 29, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Brooklyn Nets versus Orlando Magic. Brooklyn heads on the road to face Orlando in an Eastern Conference showdown scheduled for Sunday, December 29th. The Nets currently hold a disappointing 12-19 record, placing them 12th in the Eastern Conference standings. Struggles have plagued Brooklyn recently as they have dropped 9 of their last 12 games leading into this matchup. Meanwhile, the Magic boast a 19-14 overall record but have also hit a rough patch, losing 5 of their last 7 contests. Brooklyn continues to deal with a depleted roster as key players Bojan Bogdanovic and Zaire Williams remain sidelined. On the other hand, Orlando is grappling with its own injury concerns, missing key contributors such as Moritz Wagner, Franz Wagner, and Paolo Banchero. Despite their challenges, the Magic have showcased resilience, recently securing victories over strong teams like the Miami Heat and Boston Celtics. The Nets, conversely, have been unable to rise above their injury struggles, dropping 6 of their last 8 games. Adding to Brooklyn's woes, the Magic have had their number all season, winning all 3 previous meetings between the two teams. Orlando has not only defeated the Nets but done so decisively, limiting them to 101 or fewer points in each contest, and winning by margins of 8 or more points each time. Defensively, Brooklyn has been lackluster, conceding an average of 116 points per 100 possessions compared to Orlando's far superior 106 points per 100 possessions. The stark defensive contrast highlights the uphill battle the Nets face in this game. The Nets have struggled to establish any consistency or momentum since the season began, a problem exacerbated by their trade of Dennis Schroeder, who was often their most reliable player. Meanwhile, the Magic were a pleasant surprise early in the season before injuries started to mount. Despite the setbacks, Orlando has proven it can compete effectively against weaker teams, even without its top players. Although taking the Nets with the points might seem tempting, the Magic have demonstrated their superiority in this matchup, making them a strong choice to win and cover the spread as favorites. Brooklyn's current situation appears bleak, with their roster in flux and reports suggesting Dorian Finney-Smith could be the next player to be traded. Such instability can't be good for team morale. Adding to their struggles, Orlando has won and covered the spread in 5 consecutive games against the Nets, including 2 victories this season. Brooklyn's lack of consistent effort and physicality raises doubts about their ability to keep pace with the tenacious and determined Magic. Therefore, the Orlando Magic to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The under has hit in 19 of Orlando's 33 games this season, including 10 of their 16 home games. For Brooklyn, the under has prevailed in 9 of their 17 road contests. The Nets' offensive struggles are glaring, as they have averaged just 98 points across their last 5 outings, a concerning stat as they prepare to face Orlando's stifling defense. Orlando, meanwhile, has also faced offensive challenges due to injuries. Playing without 3 of their top 4 scorers, the Magic have been limited to just 88 and 85 points in their last 2 games. However, the Nets have shown some improvement on defense recently, holding the San Antonio Spurs to 96 points on Friday and limiting opponents to an average of 102 points over their past 5 games. The under has hit in 5 of the Magic's last 6 games, reinforcing the likelihood of another low-scoring matchup. With both teams struggling offensively and injuries affecting their key scorers, a slow-paced, defense-oriented game seems inevitable. Points are expected to be hard to come by, making under the projected total as our full game total pick. Indiana Pacers versus Boston Celtics. The Indiana Pacers and the Boston Celtics are set to face off for the second time in just 3 days, with Sunday's game taking place at the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. On Friday night, the Celtics delivered a commanding performance, overwhelming the Pacers with a lopsided 142-105 victory. Now, the Pacers will look to bounce back and exact a measure of revenge against the team that eliminated them from the Eastern Conference Finals in last season's playoffs. Indiana Indiana continues to navigate challenges with their lineup as Aaron Nesmith remains sidelined and Obi Toppin's availability is uncertain with a questionable designation. On the other side, the Boston Celtics also face potential absences as both Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis are listed as questionable. While the Celtics dominated the Pacers in their recent matchup, betting on them at this price remains a cautious proposition. It's notoriously difficult to defeat the same team twice in such a short period, and the Celtics are just 8-12 against the spread in their last 20 games as double-digit favorites. Meanwhile, the Pacers are hitting their stride, having won 6 of their last 9 games with noticeable improvements on offense. When firing on all cylinders, the Pacers can be a dark horse in the Eastern Conference. Thus, the Indiana Pacers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The previous 2 meetings between these teams this season have been high-scoring affairs, with a combined average of 257 points, both comfortably surpassing the projected total. These contests featured explosive offensive displays, albeit with limited defensive resistance, though Boston's defense remains more formidable overall. Neither team is exceptionally fast-paced, but they both rank within the league's top 2/3 in possessions per game. Boston is 17th with 102.7 possessions per game, while Indiana sits higher at 8th with 103.5 possessions per game, demonstrating their ability to accelerate the tempo when necessary. The Celtics recorded their highest point total of the season against Indiana's defense on Friday, and even if their scoring output diminishes slightly, they are still likely to put up significant numbers. Boston's offense has consistently been potent in December, scoring at least 120 points in 5 games this month. Similarly, Indiana has scored at least 114 points in 5 of their last 6 contests. Historically, the over has hit in 7 of the last 10 meetings between these teams. Friday night's game saw the Celtics single-handedly drive the total over the projected line with their remarkable 142-point performance. Both prior matchups this season have also gone over the total, and there is little reason to believe this trend will not persist on Sunday. With both teams ranking in the NBA's top 10 in scoring and displaying proficiency from beyond the arc, another high-scoring game is likely. While Boston's defense is sturdier, Indiana should see an uptick in shooting accuracy this time around. As such, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Atlanta Hawks versus Toronto Raptors. The Atlanta Hawks are set to take on the Toronto Raptors at Scotiabank Arena on December 29, 2024. The Hawks enter this matchup riding a wave of confidence, having strung together 3 consecutive victories, including an impressive 120-110 win against the Miami Heat on Saturday. In contrast, the Raptors are in dire straits, desperately seeking to end a brutal 9-game losing streak that has derailed their season. The two teams last clashed on February 23, 2024, when the Raptors edged out a narrow 123-121 victory, defying expectations as 7-point road underdogs. Currently, Atlanta holds the 6th spot in the highly competitive Eastern Conference, while Toronto languishes near the bottom with the 2nd worst record in the conference. Both teams are dealing with notable absences due to injuries. The Hawks will be without Cody Zeller, Dyson Daniels, and Bogdan Bogdanovic. Meanwhile, the Raptors have key players listed as questionable, including Bruno Fernando, Bruce Brown, and Davion Mitchell. Despite playing the 2nd game of a back-to-back set, the Hawks come into this contest as clear favorites, largely due to the Raptors' inability to find any rhythm or success over the past 2 weeks. Toronto's prolonged struggles have been exacerbated by the absence of one of their key players, center Jakob Poeltl, who is sidelined with a groin injury. The game is surprisingly priced as a toss-up, though Atlanta appears well-positioned to secure both the win and a cover as favorites. Although traveling to Toronto on a back-to-back is not ideal given the challenges of crossing into Canada, the Hawks have been in excellent form, showcasing 3 consecutive wins and covers. Conversely, the Raptors' struggles have been evident, as they've lost 9 straight games. For a team like Atlanta, which has aspirations of solidifying its playoff position, games like these are must-wins. So the Atlanta Hawks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. Toronto's performance this season has been abysmal, particularly on the defensive end, where they rank 24th in defensive efficiency, allowing 114 points per 100 possessions. Their defensive woes have been magnified during their current 9-game skid, during which they've given up an average of 124 points per game and allowed at least 113 points in 8 of those contests. This defensive frailty is ill-suited for a matchup against the Hawks, a team built around offensive prowess. Atlanta ranks 2nd in pace, averaging averaging 106.4 possessions per game, while Toronto isn't far behind in 6th, using 103.1 possessions per game. Both teams struggle defensively, with the Hawks surrendering 119 points per game and the Raptors allowing 118.5 points per game, combined with Atlanta's strong offensive output of 117 points per game. This game has all the ingredients for a high-scoring affair. Both teams have consistently hit the over in 4 of their last 5 games, making this matchup a prime candidate for another offensive showcase. Expect a fast-paced, back-and-forth contest filled with transition scoring. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.